Hello, and thank you for your interest in the Active Pro Logic Analyzer. Today I'm going to show you a brief overview of how to get up and running on it as fast as possible. First, you're going to want to click on our website, activefirmwaretools.com. We're going to go to the Downloads page. On the Downloads page, there will be a button for each of your operating systems. Pick your favorite, which one you currently are using. We're using Windows, so we're going to download on the Windows download. In the downloads, you'll see the link here. You open it up, and you click on the executable. You do need to go in and enable it to run. And once it's running, you will be able to accept the license agreement, finish the installation, just click next through it. Once it's finished, it will come up and run the Active Pro Firmware Logic Analyzer application. This is the application as it comes up, and we are going to first do one thing. We're going to press capture. We have no device attached, and so what it's going to do is it's going to ask us if we would like to run a demo today. Yes, we would like to run a demo. This demo explains what we're trying to simulate. We have an autonomous control board for a vehicle. This has I2C bus. It also has a microprocessor. So we're going to just click next. You can read this. It's going to automatically set up an I2C bus down here and an active debug port up here. This is for outputting debug messages from your microprocessor, and you'll see what that entails here. When we click next, it's basically going to say, okay, ready to go. We're going to click capture, and here streams in the data. This is coming from the logic channels. This section here is the logic analyzer channels, the digital inputs. This section here is the firmware debug outputs from the firmware. These are actually pieces of data coming from inside the firmware, and they're spitting out what's happening in the firmware right now. These are the analog channels. We have 3 of them. We have 2 sine waves, and you'll see here we have audio that we are capturing. And you can zoom by scrolling with the scroll wheel. You can also click and drag to pan, and you'll see that we are able to go through exactly what the firmware is doing up here. It is printing out a couple of variables in real time. It also is printing out up here a watchdog timer tick. We also have some key state events in the firmware that are printing out here. And you can see it's actually still capturing. If we go to the end and we press display the live data, you'll see at the end this is actually what it's doing right now. So as it's capturing, you can go through, analyze previous parts of the trace. You can zoom in, zoom out, and that's the basics.